Hey you guys, it's your girl Jay, and I'm here with another quick video to drop some knowledge down for my people, because this was the topic that was very confusing to me as well. So in school, when we're studying history, or anywhere when you're studying history, when you pick up a book and you open it up about any time period, whether it's the Roman time period, the Egyptian time period, our current time period, when you open up a book, you'll see different phrases at the end of the time periods. You might see BCE, you might see BC, you might see AD, you might see AC, you might see CE. Now these little abbreviations at the end of the time periods, it really was confusing to me, because I'm like, what do these abbreviations mean and why are we using them? So I figured it out. I wanted to get more clarity, so I did a little more research. Now these different abbreviations, they do stand for something. This is how we measure time. This is how we keep track of which time period we were in when things took place. So it's very important for us, the average people, to understand, so we can keep track of the history on our own. So BCE, it stands for before Common Era. That means before we had a way to keep track of time. That's BCE, long in the olden days, okay? BC means before Christ. Of course, we know who Christ is, so BC is before he lived, okay? Before he walked the earth. AD comes from the Latin phrase Anno Domini, which means the year of the Lord. So this was, this is the simple, the year of the Lord. AC means after Christ. So that means after he died, after he was long gone. CE means Common Era, which is where we are right now in our history. So it's very important for us to know these things, because if we don't understand what these phrases mean, then we will forever be confused in the fight that is history, okay? Now, I find it very interesting that with this system of keeping up with things, how do we regulate time? It seems to me that we regulate time using Jesus. Now, I didn't say this. This is clearly how we regulate time, because if BC means before Christ, that means before he walked the earth, before he was living, before he was people even knew who he was. AD is the Latin phrase. It comes from the Latin Anno Domini, which means the year of the Lord. They call Christ the Anointed One, the Lord, the Messiah, the Redeemer. So that is the time period of when he was living, when his works were being done. Okay, and AC means after Christ, after he already was gone, crucified, and returned to the Heavenly Father. CE is the Common Era, which we are in right now. Now, when we go back and we look at BCE, which is in the beginning, before the Common Era, I want to know, like, how did they regulate what was the beginning? When was the Common Era? So the Common Era was before this system was created, before the BC AD system was created, so that we could keep track of the time. That was before the Common Era. So it's pretty simple once you have the full understanding to keep up with it. So yeah, you guys look this stuff up. And then you guys, I do want to reiterate that not only were we trying to keep track of the different periods in time with using this system, BCE meaning before the Common Era, long ago. BC meaning before Christ, before he came as the living testament of the prophecy. AD, which is an abbreviation of the Latin phrase Anno Domini, meaning the year of the Lord, which is the years when Jesus was alive, doing his works, actually existed. AC meaning after Christ, after he died, after they crucified him. And then CE meaning the Common Era, where we are today. This is the system that we use to keep track of the time throughout history and the events that were happening. But not just that, we had different calendars going on. So it's very hard to understand, because when you see three numbers, 353, like say something happened 353 BC, and then something else happened around 1582 AD, and it's just confusing because one system has 3 numbers and one system has 4, because it was different calendars going on around these times. So we have the pre-Julian Roman calendar, we have the Julian calendar, we have the Gregorian calendar. So we have to pay attention to these different calendars too, so that you can have, if you understand this system, the BCE, the BCAD, AC, CE system, once you understand that, those abbreviations, then you can try to come to understand the different calendar systems that we had going on too. And if you saw my other video that I made about leap year, this being a leap year and what that means, then you'll understand just a little bit more, just a smidgen more about the calendar system. So all of this is necessary in order for anyone to understand where we are right now in our current history in the struggle. So you guys, make sure you continue to ask questions about everything. Continue to use your own mind. Enjoy your own inferences. Continue to study and research, you guys, because that's what we are here for. See you guys next time.